Thank you indeed. That lovely piece was composed by John Lim and Auntie Joan Murphy and performed by the Victorian Senior Secondary Choir. Beautiful piece. The third Australian Folk Music Awards are presented by Folk Alliance Australia. I'd like to thank all our National Volunteer Board members for their work in this endeavour. I'd also like to thank the nominees and the panelists from all around the country who had a difficult task of adjudicating and from a sterling selection of nominees and finalists in these 9 categories. Now I'd like to introduce our presenters for the night. We saw them work beautifully at the 2022 awards, and there's, on the wire, there's even been several commercial TV stations who have expressed their interest for a morning show together. Fiona Ross is a beautiful Scottish singer who flies the flag for Scottish traditional music at many cultural events and festivals around the nation. She presently performs with Shane O'Mara and previous to that, Tony McManus. Derek Gale, the other one. He of the lovely baritone is a highly respected broadcaster and commentator, renowned in Victoria for his work on ABC Regional and ABC 774, where he nurtured the broadcasting of live and local acoustic music. He is also one of the founder members of the infamous Ugly Uncles. Please welcome them.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm going to get straight on to our first award for the evening, which is the Traditional Album of the Year. And the finalists for this award are Moving Home by East of West from Queensland, The Long Lunch from Thurin from New South Wales, Heart and Soul by Louis Hesterman from Victoria, The Last Tram by Barry Skipsey from NT, and Rhythms of the Outback from Waralakan, Western Australia. And the award for the traditional album for 2023 goes to The Last Tram by Barry Skipsey. So Barry Skipsey hails from Alice Springs. He was born on King Island. His teenage years were spent playing in rock bands in Bayside, Melbourne. A trip to the NT for 6 weeks has now lasted 47 years. His first album was released in 1985 and garnered invitations to perform at folk festivals around the country. However, he put it all on hold to be a stay-at-home father to his 3 kids. Musically, tourism performances have sustained him since. Many have recorded his songs, including the late Slim Dusty. 36 years later, his new album, The Wrong Tram is an effort to resurrect his folk festival touring career. Please welcome Barry Skipsey.
Thank you. I scribbled a few notes on the back of my album in case I was lucky enough to be up here. I am absolutely over the moon, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to hold the whole thing together. I have a lot of people to thank. I read on the internet recently a quote that took my fancy. The secret to happiness, ladies and gentlemen, the secret to happiness is to lower your expectations. I did not expect to be nominated for this award, and I can't believe I've just won. To the Folk Alliance of Australia, I thank you. I thank you for hosting these awards and putting on this fantastic night. To the judges, I understand You're all volunteers all around the nation, almost 50 of you. What can I say? But thank you. Give them a round of applause, honestly, folks. 50 judges. So my good friend and collaborator, Mr. Ross Muir, who's watching at home back in Alice, he was my sound engineer. We took 4 years to produce this album. 4 years. And Ross, I share this with you wherever you happen to be. We have produced an award-winning album. So congratulations to Ross Muir. Thank you. To every musician I've ever performed with for the last 50 years, I take this opportunity to apologise for my bad timing and asking the monitor to be turned up louder for me than anybody else in the band. Would I be alone? To every musician, seriously, and speaking of musicians, a big congratulations to the 20-odd musicians who performed on this album, and about 85% of them are from the Northern Territory. But including wonderful, sad loss recently, a good, wonderful man, Broderick Smith, played on this album. Broderick also played on my previous album. Yes. Broderick also played on my previous album, and that was produced by Hugh MacDonald. So there you go. Another wonderful musician that we've lost. Look, to my songwriting mentors, my fellow Territorian, Mr. Ted Egan, who is 91. Please give Ted a big round of applause. And Eric Bogle. I've known Eric and Ted for 40-odd years. They have been very instrumental in my songwriting career. I follow in their footsteps. I thank them for their input to this very album, the songs that appear on the album, and indeed the songs that do not. And look, finally, I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for my better half, my partner in crime, my wife Catherine of 40-odd years, and our 3 children, Hannah, Jacob and Molly. I thank you for the inspiration. I thank you for putting up with me. And finally, yes, I'm trying to resurrect my folk festival touring career. So look, honestly, folks, as a result of winning this award tonight, which I can't believe it, I am now announcing the fact that I am now free and available to be rediscovered. Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. We would like to present you with your award. And also, we're going to invite you to perform along with the wonderful Glennie Ray. Please welcome Glennie.
Right. I put up my hand to sing a song. I said, I'd love to perform a song on the night, and now I know. Oh, I'm thrilled that they said yes. Look, folks, this is a song from the album. It's entitled The Rally Run. We've all travelled long distances with kids in the car, haven't we? Are we there yet? You'll appreciate that our 3 kids growing up in Alice Springs, it's pretty rare that our extended family came up from down south to see us. So I had to, we had to throw the kids in the car. This is a song that resulted after 6 weeks being away to catch up with all the family. It's called The Rally Run. And yes, would you please welcome 2-time nominee this evening, Glennie Ray. She's fantastic, honestly. Full and the wagon's packed. We got everything we could possibly need. Nappies and maps and screaming kids. We've got a glove box full of sedatives. It's that time of year when you disappear. Start climbing down the family tree. Uncles and aunts and long lost cousins just too many to see. On the rally run, screaming down the Stewart Highway, under the blazing sun, we're all on the rally run. The 2 flat tyres and we nearly hit a roo. Their fighting's gonna drive me out of my mind. We're looking for a tree, cause they want to have a wee for the 100th flaming time. Twisties and chips and muesli bars, the back seat's looking like a rubbish tip. There's a cry from the rear saying, let me out of here, I think I'm gonna be sick. On the rally run, screaming down the Stewart Highway, under the blazing sun, we're all on the rally run. Aunt Matilda looked at the kids and said, look how much they've grown. You know, I thought the very same about her moustache. Uncle Cyril spit and dribble, he's looking to cuddle the kids, but they've bolted out the back door and they're gone. Where are they gone? On the rally run, screaming down the Stewart Highway, under the blazing sun, we're all on the rally run. Take another photo, record it on the video, the family's together again. See the rallies on the telly around the barbecue, see their chops go up in the flame. We got all the hot gossip about the latest squabble, who's not talking to who. But we made a big mistake when we offered some advice, now we've started up a family feud. On the rally run, screaming down the Stewart Highway, under the blazing sun, we're all on the rally run. On the rally run, I'm screaming down every highway, under the blazing sun, we're all on the rally run. We're all on the rally run. Yes, we're all on the rally run. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I did forget to mention, honestly, sincerely, I'm a bit embarrassed, my fellow nominees. Would you please put your hands together for my fellow nominees? Seriously. Wonderful recognition to where we are in our careers at this stage. So thank you very much. Wonderful.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Barry. The next category for an award this evening is the Contemporary Folk Album of 2023. And the finalists for the category are Sight by Monique Clare from Queensland, Manhood Method Actor from John Flanagan from Victoria, Songs from the Barrier Line by Charlotte Lelevre from Victoria, The Telling by Neil Murray from Victoria, Out of My Mind from Joyce Pressure, Victoria, Bird Be Brave by Isabel Rumble from Tasmania, and Into the Blue by Lucy Wise from Victoria. And the winner of the 2023 Contemporary Album is Sight by Monique Clare. Wielding a cello and strikingly crafted vocals, Monique Clare embodies the cathartic lyricism of Björk with the rhythmic energy of Crooked Still. She's taught cello in war-torn Afghanistan, hosted mountaintop sunrise concerts, toured internationally with the Maze, played cello for everyone from Kate Miller-Heidke to Eminem. Emotionally diverse and impactful, her debut album, Sight, explores perspectives and takes the listener on a confessional journey through formative experiences and facets of mental health, from trauma and pain through to beauty and love. It debuted at number 11 on the Air Independent charts, was featured on ABC's The Music Show, and earned Monique a Queensland Music Award. We must also pay tribute, excuse me, to the outstanding production quality of this album and Monique's many official video releases. And I think we have a video.
Hello, it's Monique Clare. I'm reporting in from this tiny little town in rural Queensland because I'm on a small halls tour at the moment, which is why I can't be at the awards tonight. So this town is called Anarchy and it's incredibly hot and dry, but there's mango trees, nice and shady. So yeah, I really wish I was there tonight to celebrate everyone else's wins and hang out with all my friends. But I can't wait to check the results later to see who else has won an award. So for now, I just want to say that I'm incredibly honoured to have been given the Contemporary Album of the Year. Because I very nearly didn't release this album at all. It sort of became a real mental struggle putting it out and didn't have a lot of confidence in it for some reason, but I'm so grateful to the people who played a part in helping me to kind of persevere with that and actually get it out, because now that I can kind of see that, now that I'm on the other side of it, I can see it is a very valuable thing, and I'm really glad that I did it. So it's just incredible to have it recognised in this way, and a huge congrats to everyone else who's won awards, everyone who was nominated, and yeah, once again, I just wish I was there, but I'm happy to be here too on tour. Bye.
Monique Clare.
There's a YouTube of the song.
Now they've got me under their spell. Oh, I would do anything. And the time has come to choose. We fall for the sweetness. And all the tricks they work, I guess it's good for the people, it's good for the world. And all the party girls, they're making strides in their lives, it works, it works. Now the world is smelling so good. No need for the roses. And they help me be a better me. Oh, you can be better too. And all the tricks they work, I guess it's good for the people, it's good for the world. And all the party girls, they're making strides in their lives, it works, it works. Ooh, I feel beautiful, beautiful, like in magazines, beautiful, beautiful, like on movie screens, beautiful, beautiful, like in magazines, beautiful, beautiful, like on movie screens, beautiful. And all the tricks they work, I guess it's good for the people, it's good for the world. And all the party girls, they're making strides in their lives, great strides
Wow, amazing. Okay, so our first guest act of the night were winners of the 2022 Trad Album of the Year, and since then they've played many of the major Australian festivals and they've also toured Europe this year. We couldn't have them perform live for us last year, but we're absolutely delighted to have them back tonight for a special guest spot. Please give a huge welcome to Austral. Woo!
He's going to stay up here and rock out. He's going to rock out with us up here. No. Come on. So you're going to be back in singer.
How's it going? It's not quite the setting that we're used to as folkies, is it? Thanks, folks. So, we had that played on a projector last time we were here, about this time last year, which is a bit weird. So we figured we'd start with that one to show you we can do it in person too. So that was the first set of tunes that we kind of came up with together.
I think I preferred the projector version in the Koroit Lions Hall, Apex Park or whatever it was. Oh, we got some people from Koroit in the house.
Mr. Sandman, can I get a little bit more of the front of house mix in my wedge, if that's okay?
Can I get a little less of the guitar on my side, please?
Nothing personal.
Just take Connor out.
Said no one. All right, we're going to break the ice with a bit of a silly song. How does that sound? All right.
We've got some singers in the crowd, so that's
Yeah, I reckon.
Look at that.
Let's break the ice with our own voices, shall we? There's a lot of great singers in the audience, intimidatingly so. So the end of each verse is doubled. And I hope you enjoy it. We've just come back from Kangaroo Valley Folk Festival. We're bumbling down the Hume Highway on the way back home for a 9-hour drive.
I don't know. I was definitely bumbling. I think you were fine, but I was struggling.
I was driving, mate. And we get we've had some great success, and I would like to thank FAA for inviting us here. We've been very privileged to play lots of great folk festivals around the country, and I think a lot of that attributes to the awards. So I think it's great testimony to how these awards really affect the scene. And everywhere we travel, we acknowledge country, and it's been great to learn so much of our country. You know, that we live on so many different countries within it as well, in what we now call Australia. And so I'd like to follow on with that and acknowledge the Wurundjeri, Woiwurrung and Bunurong country that we're on now, and their elders, past, present and emerging, and extend that to any Indigenous folks in the audience as well. We'd like to pay our respects to your elders, and I think it's more important than ever now. So here's a silly song. I'll sing you a song of Billy Far Out, true story without a shadow of a doubt. He lived in Melbourne in Footscray, but he found himself up Sydney way. Found himself up Sydney way. He had an old car, it was tired and worn, built before Noah was born. Billy and his mates on one fine day, they set out for Melbourne without delay. Set out for Melbourne without delay. Well, they got to Yass pretty bloody fast, then fourth gear just died in the ass. But Billy and his mates, they were not bereft. They said, we've still got 3 gears left. Said, we've still got 3 gears left. With Gundagai 5 k's away, they stopped for a beer and Billy did say, whatever that dog did in the tucker box can't compare with the smell of me socks. Can't compare with the smell of me socks. Oh, happy as Larry and sound as a bell, they were dreaming of a beer at the Retreat Hotel.
On the retreat, it's just
Down the
over
road,
there.
isn't it?
It's just over there.
Yeah, they're up there. Yeah, right. They got to Albury there. Oh, no, there we go. That's made me forget the lyric. Classic Retreat Hotel.
We're all thinking about the retreat.
Oh, it's gone now. With Albury, da-da-da-da-da-da. Digga-digga-digga-dum, digga-dum-dum, digga-dum-digga-dum. Tune! arrived in the city in the finest style, leading a procession of 17 miles. When they got to Brunswick, the mates got out. I'll see yous all later, says Billy, far out. I'll see yous all later, says Billy, far out. When Billy got back in the driving seat, he found first gear was dead on its feet. But Billy didn't swear and Billy didn't curse. He set out for Footscray in reverse. Set out for Footscray in reverse. Come one, come all from near and far, who drive automatic or electric cars. Like Billy, far out your final abode, maybe living in a banger in the side of the road. Living in an old banger in the side of the road. All right, classic. Must have had one too many at the retreat that time, yeah. We've got a rather special tune that we're going to play now, and we've been asked to learn this tune by Bill Horitz, and we're great lovers of Woodford Folk Festival, and we're great appreciators of Bill Horitz as well. He's asked us to learn this tune, and we think it's a cracker.
Is he in the room? Is Bill here? Are you here, Bill? There you are. Go on, you good thing.
Billy, far out.
So this is Darling Elka. I believe it's written about your granddaughter. Is that right, Bill? Yeah. So lucky girl to have a great tune written about her, so I hope we can do it justice here.
Thanks for the tune, Bill.
Yeah, cheers.
Please book us for the next 50 years. I think we've got time for one more.
I think so. We're going to do a couple of originals in this set. So I think the last tune was co-written. Actually, no, the first tune is a tune of Katie Brennan's here.
Katie Brennan on the fiddle.
Come on, folks. Yo. And then the second tune was by myself, and yeah, they dovetail nicely together.
Angus
thank you.
Barbary on the
Thank you.
tune, writing and the songs and the fiddle.
And yeah, it is a dance number, but we're not going to padlock and chain you to the dance floor
Unless you want.
unless you really want.
Get up
you know,
on that
way to
table there.
break the mold, you know.
I guess thanks for having us, FAA. We're Austral. Reece Crimmon, Katie Brennan, Angus Barbary, Connor Hoy. Thanks for having us. It's been great. It's a pleasure to be here.
Maybe we can get some sort of festival vibe. We get people clapping their hands for this one. Just in the start here. Or all the way.
Thanks very much, folks.
Thank you again, Austro, and thanks for getting everybody dancing up at the back of the room. Another big hand for Austro, please. Wonderful. Cracking. You good? I go? Okay, so our next category is Solo Artist of the Year. And our finalists for this award are Fred Smith from ACT, Pauline Moddy from Queensland, Glennie Ray from NT, Monique Clare from Queensland, and Ernest Ains from Victoria. So congratulations to all the finalists, and our Solo Artist of the Year for 2023 is Pauline Moddy. So Pauline is a prolific singer and songwriter who consistently makes an outstanding contribution to our sector, community, and to our shared artistic legacy. The last 12 months have seen her create new work, represent Australia and France at the New Folk Residency in Sicily, mentor emerging artists, and design community workshops that support the sustainability of folk music. She performed across the country with her award-winning ensemble of 19 years, Mzaza, is that correct? Presented her show, Take Me to Paris, and collaborated with a suite of other artists, including composer Robert Davidson, with whom she's developing a song cycle to celebrate human resilience in the face of illness, migration, and trauma. We'd like to present your award to Pauline Moddy. Congratulations. And we're going to invite Pauline to perform one song, along with Goran Gajic. Please welcome Goran also to the stage. Would you like to say a few words first?
Also finalist from East of West, actually, so honoured to have him with me. I've been part of the folk family for a long time. I came to Australia as a teenager from France, and I didn't really find my tribe in Australia until I volunteered at Woodford Folk Festival when I was about 16. And it's been a real honour to be part of this family, and I want to share something that's quite personal with you guys, because I guess I might not know all of you, but I do feel like this is really my family and a supportive place. So is that okay? Over the last little while, I got diagnosed with a chronic illness that is considered an invisible disability. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you is because it's made me realize how hard a lot of the world is to navigate for people who are ill and who are disabled. And if that's you watching or you're in this room, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And the second reason is that it made me realize the sheer amount of work that we do in the folk sector, and so much of it under-resourced. And I think that's always something that I knew, but it's not until your capacity is somewhat diminished that you really realize that we juggle jobs. We sometimes rely on this as our sole income and invest so much time and energy into making that work in a sector that is greatly under-resourced. And so I just want to give you all my admiration, but also I guess I want to channel this to give you and give us all the energy to keep fighting to better that and to better the life of our artists and festivals in Australia. But it's the love of music and the solidarity of music that really keeps me going, even when it's really hard. And so I just want to thank you so deeply for this and this solidarity, and I will keep passing it on. So we've chosen to play a song that will work with vocals and double bass, but it happens to be a song that is, I guess, very pertinent to a lot of the hard stuff that's going on in the world, and the not great moment for humanity, I guess, that we're witnessing and have witnessed many times in the world. So this song is, it was written by myself and John Robertson, who plays in Mzaza with me. But the lyrics were written with a group of friends that my dad grew up with in Tangiers in Morocco. So my dad is from Jewish background, and you know, our family's sort of gone through forced migration and racial violence like many people do across races. But he grew up in a place and at a time where his best friends in Tangiers were Muslim and Christian, and they all lived in harmony together. And so they wrote these lyrics with me about that. And in the the languages that they spoke, which is a mix of Arabic, French, and Spanish. And so, yeah, I'm just going to put it out there and hope that it gives us all energy to keep celebrating the best of us.
Tanjawi, fine conti, dime que fue de ti. A Tanjawi, fine mishti, te espero, Heidi Ali, por el mundo andan, hermanos siempre. Judíos, ni moros, memras sin Tanjawi, corriendo por el mundo, sin meta y sin rumbo, dando saltos, dando tumbos, volvimos a Tanger. El viento levante y Tarifa enfrente. Ya Sarville, quitte la dit. Cortaroyo, ya Heidi Ali. Ya Sarville, quitte la dit. Hawed, Hawed. Ya Sarville, quitte la dit, volvimos a Tanger. Los pinos del monte y Tarifa enfrente. Tudup, 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 tudup. Doodop 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 doodop. Tengo un sueño, tengo un sueño, tengo un sueño, que nos volveremos a ver. A Tanjawi, fine contigo, dime qué fue de ti. Tanjawi, fine mishti, te espero, Heidi Ali. Katza haraf asarbi, muchi shurli, chnaya kulshim ziyan, ajirnaya, Heidi Ali. Siéntate amar el sepsi, Ravajiv, Gazlatai, Ajihaya Asidi, volvimos a Tanger. El viento levante y Tarifa enfrente.
Thank you. Goran Gaich, ladies and gentlemen. East of West are playing in Melbourne this Sunday as part of the Boat program. Check them out.
Thank you, Pauline. Our next award tonight is for Artists of the Year for Duo, Group or Ensemble. And the finalists are Austral from Victoria, Gusto Gusto from Victoria, Haystack Mountain Hermits from Queensland, Weeping Willows from Victoria, and We Mavericks from New South Wales. And the award for this year's Best Duo, Group or Ensemble goes to the Weeping Willows. Laura Coates and Andrew Wrigglesworth are the Weeping Willows. Formed in 2012, this duo has swept all before them in the genre of folk, country and Americana. In the last 6 years, they have been honoured with 3 CMAA Golden Guitar Awards. They were also winners in Australian Folk Music and Music Victoria Awards. In addition, they performed an official showcase at Americana Fest, appearing at Folk Alliance International, US, Maverick Festival, UK, the National Folk Festival, Port Fairy Folk Festival and Queenscliff Music Festival, and completed national and international tours in support of their 3 albums. Laura and Andrew are a couple of old souls, steeped in bluegrass tradition and draped in Gothic Americana imagery. They regale their audiences with stories of sunshine and romance, God and the devil, murder and decay, all good folk traditional stuff. Please welcome the Weeping Willows.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. What an incredible honour. Thanks so much to Keith and John and the wonderful Folk Alliance Australia Board Committee and all of the amazing judges for the hard work behind the scenes and ongoing efforts to promote and advocate for Australian folk music in all its forms. We're seeing all its forms tonight, which is wonderful. Many thanks to Will and Mary and to Steve, and from the Brunswick Ballroom team, we love this place. Generous sponsors and everyone who made this event possible. Thank you so very much. I'm going to sneak in a little thank you to my ever-patient and wonderful husband here. I wouldn't be on this crazy, amazing journey without you, so thank you. Congratulations to all the finalists tonight, especially all of the beautiful friends in the Artist of the Year Group, Duo or Ensemble category. Austral, Gusto Gusto, Gusto Gusto, Haystack Mountain Hermits and We Mavericks. Thanks for inspiring us and encouraging us and making the Australian folk music community so very, very special.
It's hard being tall.
Yes.
I just want to thank, I guess, obviously all the venue and festival bookers that have taken a chance in us. We really appreciate it. Publicists and radio promoters, and that's just incredible that you're playing music that we've written and recorded. And I guess most importantly, our family and dear friends and people that have come to our shows. I've got family in the UK, Sue and Ian, that have tuned in this morning, so I really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Very special.
Thank you. We're going to play a song for. I'm going to let Andrew tune up his guitar, which I left in Hyatt, so he had to drive all the way from Brunswick to Hyatt before coming here. As I said, ever-patient, wonderful husband. So given that we do sing songs about sunshine, romance, God and the devil, murder and decay, we're going to combine all of that into one song, into a little bit of a cautionary tale, if you will. A little bit of folk/bluegrass for you. It's wonderful to see so many friends in the audience. Hello. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Haystack Mountain Hermits. Little song. I'll make sure we have some guitar for you.
Guitar's overrated.
Little song called Black Crow. Thanks, Dave.
Okay. Today the black crow found me, the sins in my eyes it could see. It saw the life I stole, now it's waiting for my soul. The day the black crow found me. Tonight the black crow followed me, perched high upon the willow tree. I buried all my crimes, but I'm running out of time. Tonight the black crow followed me. This morning the black crow gloves me in chains so I can never flee. They found the life I stole, now I'm hanging from the pole. This morning the black crow gloves me. That evening the black crow found me, darkness in my eyes it could see. No mercy for my soul, now I'm bound down below. That evening the black crow found me. Forever the black crow watches me, perched high on my grave for all to see. A warning to a soul, you reap what you sow. Forever the black crow watches me. Forever the black crow watches me. Forever the black crow stays with me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
night. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you again to the Weeping Willows. Brilliant. Okay. So at this point, we'd like to invite the President of Folk Alliance Australia, Mr. Keith Preston, up to the stage to say a few words, and I think we have some slides to show as well. So, Keith, are you here? Keith Preston.
Hi everyone, it's great to be here and welcome to everyone for being here. And welcome to those people who are on YouTube tonight, watching in from all around the country and from overseas. So, on behalf of Folk Alliance, welcome. I'd first of all like to make special thanks to our man in Brunswick, Mr. John McCausland, who's our board member who helped put it together at this end. And of course, he's done a lot for folk music over a very long period of time. So please let's hear it properly for John. As mentioned, thanks also to all the judges who are involved, the 40 of them who are all around. We have some of them here, but they are incognito, all right, for obvious reasons. So thanks to our compares. This is our third AFMA Awards, and the aim of establishing these awards was to celebrate the achievements of the Australian folk music sector. And so it was really good to hear from Austral that it's actually been of benefit to them, and they've actually, it's actually helped and supported them. So in our 3 years of the AFMAs, we've engaged with 400 acts as nominees, featured 135 finalists and 27 award recipients. The awards are a snapshot of what's happening in folk music around the country, and especially those who are kicking musical and artistic goals at the current time. There's a big focus on what's happening in the scene around this time. So our second aim is to raise the profile of folk music in its diversity around the country. So these awards help us do that, but what we'd really like for you as the Australian folk community is get behind them. Talk about them, promote them, support them, get behind them, get nominations as they come up, and we'll be looking at ways to develop the folk awards, and there might be in ways of supporting it and sponsoring it through festivals, organisations, products and companies and that kind of thing. So we'll be looking to build the folk awards as we go forward. We really want the music industry in Australia to take notice of the folk community. We are possibly the best kept secret in Australian music. And these awards are an opportunity to share that secret. We don't want it to be unknown. So, and it was actually great to see, for example, Folk Alliance International share our awards. I hope they're watching over there on YouTube. We were in their newsletter last week. That goes right across America and Canada and into Europe. So there's a lot of people outside this country who are aware of the Australian Folk Music Awards. And speaking of promotion, at 10:30, those of you who get email on your phone, you might get a ding, which will be the award winners coming to you on your phone. Of course, you here will know what those results are, but other people won't. So at 10:30, you'll find out all those things with a bit of information. So Folk Alliance presents this event. We're a national organisation, we're a not-for-profit. We do not receive any funding for our organisation. Our small board of management is made up of people in 5 different states, and we are all performers. We're all event managers. We run festivals and venues, projects, concerts, and so on. We're dedicated to this, and some of us have done it for quite a long time. So the best way you can support Folk Alliance is by being a member, if you aren't. And also, if you are an organisation or a performer, then look to get your insurances through us. That does go a little way towards helping finance us. You might get it slightly cheaper somewhere else, but your money, if you go through Folk Alliance and through the Aon system, actually comes back into Folk Alliance and by virtue of that goes into folk projects. You can't say that about if you spend your money elsewhere. So I just wanted to sort of close in to tell you a little bit about 2 initiatives. Every Easter at Canberra, the National Folk Festival, we have a close association with the National Folk Festival. We run our annual general meeting. We run a forum, an industry, folk music industry forum. And now we also have an AFMA's award winners and finalists concert as a feature event at the National. So the award is spreading out. That might happen with other festivals as well. But our partnership with the National Folk Festival is very important, and we are very pleased to say we've been working with the new team, the new artistic directors team of Holly Downs, Chris Stone and Michael Solis. And Holly is here. Please put your hand up. Holly. We'll be convening next July the Australian Folk Festival Organisers Conference in early July in Canberra, and this will be for stakeholders in all of our Australian folk festivals. There's around 120 folk style festivals that happen every year. It's a very important industry. It's very under-recognised, but it also faces a lot of issues and not so much problems, but there's a lot of solutions that we need to look at and ways in which we can work together, we can partner and create opportunities through the festivals. We've been surveying quite a number of these, 45 festivals we've surveyed, so we're identifying the sort of work that we need to do to support Australian folk festivals. And finally and importantly, we have, prior to COVID, we ran a project. It's not on the screen yet. we ran a project for a number of years called Small Folk Grants. And that was, we actually funded around 35 small folk projects. And this was a fund that we had to fund small projects that a lot of artists have difficulty attracting funding for, but great initiatives, new ideas, strategic things for organisations, festivals and for artists. And we need your help to raise the funds because we want to do this funding small folk projects. Our aim is to raise $15,000 in the first instance, which will fund 6 small projects of $2,500 each. We're asking people to donate $10, $20, whatever it is, and if 750 of you, by my reckoning, support it, we will hit that target. Our role in it as Folk Alliance is we will administer and run the project and run the finances and that kind of thing. Your role is to actually donate a cup of coffee for the next few weeks to the Australian Small Folk Grant Scheme. So there's a little thing on your desk, or you can get your QR codes out, but you'll also be getting it in your newsletter. If you don't get a newsletter from us, then you're missing out. So please, please make sure that you can contact us and get on our newsletter list. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll pause for a couple of seconds while you get your phones out and get your QR codes working before I hand over the compass. And in the next 5 minutes, we'd like to see a few dings going as you donate to the small grant scheme. So on behalf of Folk Alliance Australia, thank you very much for coming and supporting the 3rd Australian Folk Music Awards, and isn't it a fantastic event?
Thank you, Keith. I'm listening to hear if the dings. But I will continue because the next award is Instrumentalist of the Year. It's a new award for 2023. This award recognises an outstanding contribution by a traditional or contemporary instrumentalist folk musician or group of musicians played in any folk music genre. The award is to honour and acknowledge a growing number of musicians who support, back up and accompany vocalists or who perform purely instrumentally. Now, this can either be in a concert setting, in a session mode, or in a recording studio where many also act as producers. And the 5 finalists for Instrumentalist of the Year this year are Josh Bennett from South Australia, Nick Charles from Victoria, Reese Crimmen from Victoria, Sue Ferrers from Queensland, and Glennie Ray from the Northern Territory. And the winner is Glennie Ray. A country girl with an international heart. Glennie Ray Virus believes music can inspire and change lives. A passionate educator and performer, Glennie Ray left the East Coast in January 2021 to teach music in Alice Springs and fulfil a calling to work on community with Indigenous children. Less than 3 years later, Glennie has directed several student mass choirs, worked extensively with First Nations children on community, established and mentored a community folk song and string band, performed with a wide range of musical acts from African, King Morong, to country, David Garnham, to classical, the Alice Springs World Chamber Orchestra. In January this year, Glennie was awarded a Golden Fiddle for Best Fiddler in a Band. You might recognise her as well from the small screen in the groundbreaking social commentary and reality show Go Back to Where You Came From, and the acclaimed country music documentary I'm Juanita, which is a brilliant show. Please congratulate and welcome Glennie Ray. better.
Okay. Well, I didn't prepare a speech, so I'm just going to crap on for a bit. But what a great honour. I flew down from Alice Springs this morning and I'm flying back tomorrow so I can be back with my kids there. But I just wanted to come because I was stoked to be nominated in 2 categories, and I just wanted to be here to soak up this ambience and to see all my friends and to meet new friends, see all the wonderful artists that have been represented here tonight. Congratulations to everyone that's been nominated and everybody who plays music and continues the good fight in folk music, because I really believe that this is what brings us all together. We are the mycelium in the soil that brings all people together. And I'd just like to say a little prayer now, everybody. If we can just give blessing to the cook, the mechanic, and the luthier, and the sound engineer. Thank you, Stars, for doing the sound, because they keep us on the road. So great to see Monique sending her video in from Queensland on the road, which is where all musicians love to be. And I feel like I've been a little bit, tucked away in the centre for the last couple of years. But, I'm still squirreling away there doing the music that I do and connecting with people. And thank you very much to the Folk Alliance Australia and the Folk Music Awards for recognising me. And thank you very much to Ruthie for encouraging me along this path. And all the musos that I've played with, and all you good people. This is great! Woohoo!
Glennie, can we tempt you into doing a tune for us with a bit of help from someone?
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go. Pete Fiddler, another great instrumentalist. Thanks, Pete, for picking me up from the airport and coming to play with me tonight. Well, I sing into this one. That one's a bit high. So while Pete's just tuning up there, look, I want to echo and applaud everything that's been said tonight, and this is a great way to support and promote folk music. And on that note, I'd just like to remind people that there is a Top Half Folk Festival that happens every year in June on the long weekend. And that's where I got to hang out with the wonderful Austral crew this year, which was up in Darwin. We alternate between the Darwin, or near Darwin, and Alice Springs. So I am now finding myself on the committee for the Alice Springs chapter of 2024. So I'd like to encourage you all to think about coming to the Great Centre in June and coming to our festival. So stay tuned. It really is a great place to visit. It is the heart of our nation. And it's a great privilege to be working and living on Arundel land and to be, surrounded by that beautiful countryside all the time. This never happens at the Grammys. Does it? Okay, so what a great diversity of music we've heard tonight, and I'm going to just continue that by playing a little bit of self-penned Western swing. This is called Beautiful Music. I think it's apt for what we're enjoying tonight. Are you ready there, Pete?
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. Some folks say they like a little wine each day. Not me, I like beautiful music. Well, other folks like to tell those dirty jokes. Not me, I like beautiful music. It's something you can't hurry, just like good home cooking. You don't need to worry now, just make like no one's looking at you. Let yourself go, you can let the good times flow. If you play beautiful music, like Pete Fiddler here. Fret about your sex appeal, or you can play beautiful music. Oh, there's no need to frown or spend your days looking down. No, rise up with beautiful music. You can play the double bass, fiddle, squeeze box too, guitar, banjo, Hawaiian steel, cowbell and kazoo. Don't you know there's a place you can get your blues replaced with music and dances? It's in Lawrence, Kansas, with music and dances for you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Pete. Pete Fiddler, everybody.
Thank you so much, Glennie and Pete. Okay, so our next award is for the Folk Community Project of the Year. And the finalists for this award are Cresfest 2023, the English Ale, Goldstein Unsung Folk, Good Tunes Sessions, Melbourne Tune Collection, Melbourne Ceilidh Band, One Last Ride, the Anzac Story, Panola Coonawarra Acoustic Music Gathering, and Victoria's String Mania Camp. And the winner of the Folk Community Project of the Year is Cresfest. Cresfest is a project of the community of Creswick in central Victoria. It's the culmination of years of work by Judy Turner and Neil Adam in partnership with the Folk and Acoustic Music Club, Theatre Club and Neighbourhood Centre. The project engages everyone, encouraging them to play, to perform, volunteer, host, sponsor, or support in some other way, and makes them so proud of their town. It has opened up fabulous old buildings to new audiences and brought over 500 musicians to perform in pubs, churches, schools, public buildings, and in the open air. Cresfest is built by musicians and is growing a fantastic reputation as a welcoming small-town event where anything can happen. Please welcome Judy Turner and Pam Harris and various others from Cresfest.
Thank you so much. We were hoping you'd see our movie, but you only have to go to cresfest.com.au to see our movie, which features many of the people in this room, actually. One of the fantastic things about starting a festival is being able to give gigs to people you know and people you don't know, and meeting new friends. One of the worst things about starting a music festival is all the things you don't see. So last year we had Monique Clare on the bill and none of us, I think, in the committee. This is Mark, our president, Carolyn, our secretary, Pam, our artist liaison and accommodation manager. And most of us didn't see any acts last year because we were so freaking busy. We'd like to thank the Folk Alliance for this award. I'd like to say it's a tribute to our committee and our team and our 120 volunteers, most of whom come from our little town, which only has 3,200 people in it, so that's quite a high hit rate, as I'm sure you can agree. It's also something that we dedicate to our folky community. So when Neil and I started this festival, it was COVID, and things were boring and everything was locked down, and we had the same soup and sandwiches every day for lunch, and we saw the same view out the window, and we were bored, and we said, what should we do to cheer ourselves up? We should start a festival. And all these people here were young when we started the festival, and now look at them. There wasn't a wrinkle between us or a grey hair. But the community rallied around, and the folky community came because the folky community always comes, and that's basically the reason we wanted to bring our folky community to our town. And I think our town has embraced the folky community. Would you agree? Yep, they love it. So I would also like to pay tribute to Neil Adam, folky extraordinaire, guitar player, singer-songwriter. Many of you know him. Unfortunately, he's in hospital tonight, and he can't find the link to watch this live, but perhaps... Actually, he's enjoying not finding links and watching anything. He'll be home tomorrow, and it's a tribute to him that he's stuck with it, because he didn't imagine in retirement that he would spend his life organising a folk festival. The hardest thing, of course, about organising a folk festival is having to choose between all the fantastic acts that are out there. So this is my public apology to anybody in the room who expressed interest in getting a gig at our festival and didn't get one this year. But maybe you will next year, because the quality of music in our country, in our genre, is just phenomenal. But I'd like to quote Jenny Thomas, who I think is in the room tonight, who said online that music is not a competition and music is a collaboration. And that's what is so fantastic about what we do and why we do it. It's because you don't have to beat somebody. You just have to get out your ukulele or your guitar or your harmonica or your fiddle or your ears and be part of it. And I think it's a force for good in the world. I'd like to pay tribute to all the festival organisers from around the country, and thank you so much for the award.
Judy Turner and team, thank you. And I think we will have the chance to see your video. Yep, that'd be great, thanks.
This year it was phenomenal. I think it highlighted the fact that a small country town could host an international festival.
It made it. Since Cresfest, Creswick has become a destination.
And the little festivals are so important, and they need to be nurtured, obviously, because they're such beautiful things, and the more we have of them, the better. And I think without festivals, it's just streaming, it's just online streaming, and that's not enough for our soul and culture.
The next award is for Youth Folk Artist of the Year. And the nominees are Sari Abbott from Queensland, Apollini from Victoria, Felicity Dowd from New South Wales, Follow the Robin from Victoria. Sadie Mustoe from Victoria. Lee Parks from Tasmania. And Sage Roadnight from Victoria. And the winner is Felicity Dowd. Felicity is a nomadic troubadour and storyteller, spinning tales and melodies across the country. She was New South Wales Folk Federation Young Artist of the Year for 2020 and the Gil Reese Memorial Award winner at the 2023 National Folk Festival. Felicity is one of Australia's most promising up-and-coming musicians, performing for audiences across the country from main stages at Australia's most prestigious events, the Nash, the Wanderer Festival and Cobargo Folk Festival, to support slots with music royalty like the Bushwhackers, Josh Cunningham, Felicity Urquhart, Fanny Lumsden and Tex Perkins. She continues to perform at any opportunity and share her stories with the country. Congratulations, Felicity Dowd.
Righto, I'm shaking a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I have so many people to thank for this. This has been an absolutely crazy year. I moved into a van 12 months ago, and so many doorways have opened up as a result of that, and so many festivals and organisations and associations and everything has just supported me so much along the way. So thank you so much to them. I'd like to say thank you. I did make a little list because otherwise I'd walk up here, forget everything. Crazy. Yeah. So thank you to my family and friends. Quite often growing up, my parents had to drive me to and from literally everywhere, and that's something a lot of us musicians know. So many hours on the road, and especially from regional areas in Australia, like I'm from the Bega Valley. We were constantly driving to and from places to be able to perform 1 or 2 songs. So thank you so much to them. Thank you so much to the Folk Alliance. Being able to share a stage with so many amazing artists and to be recognised for the thing that we all love is such an incredible thing, and I really hope to see it flourish and continue into the years. Thank you to the New South Wales Folk Federation for nominating me. Thank you to all the festivals who have given me the chance to perform and have supported me through the years. There's too many to count. And also to the artists, the mentors, and basically everyone who's kind of taken a chance on me and given me the opportunities. To my producer, Rod Motby, my publicist, Beck Gracie, and my publishers at Czech Label Services, thank you so much. And also to the audiences and community radio, because without you guys listening and tuning in and buying our songs, it wouldn't be possible. So thanks so much.
And you have a song for us, Felicity?
I'll try not to kick too many things over up here. So I moved out of home at 17. I moved up to university, and I've kind of been living virtually by myself most of the time ever since. But as I said earlier, my family has always been such a great help. And I come from a family of 6, so mum, dad, myself, 3 siblings under the age of 11, which is a bit hectic at times, and a little dog. And I wrote this song for them one time when I was coming back and visiting, and I realised that you can kind of pack up all your belongings in a box, you can put them halfway across the state and unpack them in a dorm room or a caravan, but your family can't always come with you, and they've got roots in the ground with work and life and everything. So I wrote this song for them and basically anyone else who goes through this. And this one's called Built Like Us.
Houses are built with promises, foundations of love and trust. They'll shiver with the wind to keep the people warm within. Houses are built like us, and bedrooms are filled with honesty. In the ceilings and the walls you can see every crack and every scar, every patch-up job and mark. Bedrooms are built like you and me. I never understood what home was until I finally found it. Waking up to see you eating eggs on toast. Home is love, love's how you build it. Snuggled underneath the blanket, safe and close. A life we build in any house we're living in. It's home, that's us, that's it. Cause this feeling will stay no matter where we're guided. A studio in LA to a small Paris apartment. Cause I never felt safe till you held me tight. Till you kissed me goodnight. I never understood what home was, but I think I finally found it. Waking up to see you eating eggs on toast. Home is love, love's how you build it. Snuggled underneath the blanket, safe and close. A life we build in any house we're living in. It's home, that's us, that's it. Cause houses are built with promises, and houses are filled with love. And houses are built like us.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to all the other finalists and all the other winners tonight.
Thank you, Felicity. Thank you. So we come to our next award, which is the AFMA Contribution to Folk. This is a special award selected by the Folk Australia Alliance Board. And the winner is Andrew Patterson. Back in 1978, Andrew opened a late-night acoustic music venue in Melbourne called the Troubadour. With an emphasis on listening, not talking, the venue quickly attracted Australia's best performers. And with the move to bigger premises in Brunswick Street, the world's best performers, including John Denver, who walked in one open stage night and played for an hour. To keep the international names coming, Andrew spent 30 years organising tours. Moving to a small winery in 1986, Andrew ran troubadour-style concerts every Sunday afternoon. And then in 92, he started a travelling version of the troubadour at Port Fairy, Mullaney Woodford, the National and Maldon Folk Festivals. He also started the Chewton Folk Festival in 2001, which became Newstead Live, and Andrew still runs the Burke and Wills Folk Festival at the winery every March, as well as other shows throughout the course of the year. Andrew, congratulations. And I believe we have some visual effects, please.
That's frightening, because that's 45 years of my life in 75 seconds. It's amazing. I'm really, really gratified, honoured, whatever, to get this award, particularly as there are so many people in the room here who have been on this same journey as me for at least the same 45 years, if not longer. I see Bill Horwitz, Jamie McHugh, John McCausland, who played at the Troubadour in, I think, 1984, and we paid him $40 for the honour. Lou Hesterman. Where are you, Louis? Over there. Lou was at the Troubadour the very first night that Doug Ashdown played there. That was a pretty important night for us. And probably most of all, I think we need a round of applause for the Punch and Judy man who's been doing this for a very long time and has put this whole night together, and that is Keith Preston. So please give... He likes being in the background, but he's so important. I'm only going to talk for a minute. The song about the car that lost all its gears that Austral sang, that was my car. It's an old white Rover that I lent to Andy Irvin, who wrote the song. It might have been changed a bit since then, but I'm very proud to have that connection to the song.
what I really like about this award is the word contribution. It's not the best, the fastest, the finest, the greatest, it's contribution, and I'm very happy to have made a contribution to folk music without ever intending to do so. It just sort of happened by mistake, and I'm still sort of doing it. And those of you who are regulars at my events, I really, really like the fact that you appreciate what I appreciate, which that sign that was up there earlier said. You know, there are those who like to listen, there are those who like to talk. This place, hopefully this place, is dedicated to the listeners. That's very important. Probably the two main contributions I've made to folk are, one, to introduce the concept of good wine at folk festivals at reasonable prices. This venue, take note, okay? And the other thing I've always strived to do is to create an atmosphere and a stage that has a sort of reverential approach towards the performers. And the best thing about being in the business for so long is the fact that I have met so many performers, and 99% of them have been wonderful, so I've made so many great friends, one of whom actually put together a little collage. Wonderful musician, Christian Mitzi. Could you give Christian a big thank you for being here? He put it together because I'm hopeless with IT and I have no intention to improve. I'm very happy to be 74 years old, and as I say to people, when I went to school we had inkwells in the desk. Last thing I'd like to talk about is folk music and money. Now, as we know, the money in folk music is, tell me, crap, not there, right? It's true, but it's so sad. And it embarrasses me when I book people for my events that I can't pay them a living wage. I can just pay them probably expenses. And that's because the money just is not there. So the only way it could improve is if the ticket price is doubled, and that's not going to happen, unfortunately. And as my dear friend Eric Bogle once said, talking about a friend of his called Dennis Tracy, who's a great singer, he said he's the last of the amateurs, and I've been quoting that a lot in the last couple of years, because amateur does not mean second rate. It means, it's based on the Latin word amo, amas, amat, to love. So people do folk music mostly because they love it, not because they think they're going to get rich. And I'm sorry to deliver that message as I leave. Thank you. Good night.
Congratulations again, Andrew Patterson. All right, and now for the Australian Folk Music Awards Lifetime Awards. This award is one which has featured occasionally in previous years, but this year it becomes a permanent feature of the awards structure. And there are two individual winners of the 2023 Lifetime Awards, and these are voted on by the Folk Alliance Australia Board. The award recognises those practitioners who have contributed to the Australian folk music community and industry in a significant way over many years, and whose work we believe will leave a significant legacy for others. And this can be as organisers, promoters, practitioners, collectors, performers, advocates, broadcasters, many other ways of supporting and developing folk music and culture. And to present our first Lifetime Award, please welcome the past director of Port Fairy Festival for more years than perhaps he cares to remember, Mr. Jamie McHugh. Is Jamie going to join us on stage to present the award? Here he comes.
He was hiding up the back.
Yes. Welcome, Jamie. And our first winner in the 2023 Lifetime Awards is Bill Horitz.
Just before Bill gets to wander up here and have a chat, John asked me to put a few words together in presentation for this incredible award. And so thank you, John, and thank you to the Folk Alliance Australia. Very proud of what you've done. It started a couple of centuries ago, from memory, but it's doing a great thing by bringing us all together for such great reasons. So it's an honour to be at this Folk Alliance Australian Night of Special Awards and Recognition. And for Bill and I, it's a special night indeed and a treat. We first met with a phone call from Bill about 1987. He was working on the Mullaney Folk Festival while I was planning the 1988 Port Fairy Folk Festival. And Bill and I and our festivals became great mutual supporters and, of course, friends for life. Yesterday, this was just yesterday, Bill and I found ourselves on the same flight down from Queensland. But as Virgin Flight 328 hit some heavy rock and roll at 10,000 feet, I thought that might be curtains for the combined 80 years of two festival directors. But we got here in one piece, actually two pieces. Congratulations to the Folk Alliance Committee, as I said, and crew for all their ongoing energy in the support of our artists and industry workers. And tonight, you've done it brilliantly. Congratulations with applause to all the finalists and for the award recipients tonight. Behind the final award tonight, there's quite a story, quite a few stories actually, but we're never going to get through them all. Firstly, let us turn back to 1985, and Bill had been living in Ireland, was pretty inspired by Irish and Scottish music over there during his time. He was already playing mandolin, tenor, banjo and fiddle in the local folk bands such as Red Ned Bush, Old Boots, Blowfly and Snake Gully Quartet. Good to see people still have great names for bands. Around that time, Bill and friends restarted the Queensland Folk Federation. Then an idea of a festival became the first Mullaney Folk Festival on March the 13th, 1987. That festival was a great success. It showed already indications that a festival could introduce new ideas, such as inviting local Indigenous communities to the stages, and such as welcome ceremonies. The Welcome to Country actually grew from that, eventually to be adopted across Australia. However, by 1994, the festival needed to grow and the search started for a significant new location. Bill's search discovered a 500-acre farm among state forest at Woodford, about 33 kilometres away from Mullaney, to be exact. I looked it up in the map just before. This stunning and intriguing site was prepared for the 1995 Woodford Folk Festival. The new site was simply captivating. It has now evolved to become a beautiful cultural parkland. Reforested with 120,000 Indigenous trees. In 2020, I might be wrong on the date there, Bill, the divine new swimmable Lake Gula was opened for beautiful cool swims and rest on the beach or the grass. Over 30 years, many millions of dollars have been invested in all the infrastructure, similar for this place, similar to a small regional town in size. And also they've moved on to recycling rubbish and sewage, solar power projects, sustainability projects, and much, much more. From Woodford Folk Festival to the new Woodfordia has been a major change of course. It was no longer just one event a year, as most folk festivals and most other festivals are. Woodfordia was now and is now a year-round project. There's many projects in the lineup if you have half an hour to check it all out. There's the Festival of Small Halls, which has been a great success, and we heard about Monique Clare being on tour at the moment with that. A thing initiated by the wonderful Chloe Goodyear, who most people in the music business know quite well. Woodford Folk Club, the Conservatory, which is a variation on the planting and will continue to look after the forests and plants. The clamping, and in the books on the list to do is traditional music school that will be done before long. There's also a regular folk club at Woodford. So it's a rainforest, it's a brain forest, it's a cultural forest, it's a cultural parkland. The programming is open to a wide panorama of expressions through many voices, words and music, diverse cultures, arts, creations, performances, ceremonies, and could be many more things I could add to that. To Woodfordia, folk is the expression of ordinary people, their lives and their times through the eyes of artists It is an expression of our times. I also love this insight of Bill's. I read only yesterday. I have the view, he said, that people in the folk scene are holders of a treasure, but have sometimes lacked the confidence to hold it high. Excuse me. Woodfordia is a national treasure as an inspirational leader for sustainable grassroots expression of cultural life by the community for the community. Without Bill's great vision and a lifetime of incredible dedication and simply hard work, there would be no Woodford Folk Festival or Woodfordia and the many projects of Woodfordia. On New Year's Day this year, I think it was, Bill announced his semi-retirement from festival director, dropping down to vice president, handing over the role to general manager Amanda Jakes, who has been a key figure for the festivals right from the start. But to get to the troublemaker himself behind all this story, Mr. Bill Horrocks, he has a lot to answer for. He might well say, "No, I'm not guilty. I was going to charge him with various offences like," where is he? "Being a mate, a dreamer, being a creator, an inspirer, a wise owl, a kind and gentle supporter, a brave and courageous strategist, a funny fella." There's so much we love AU4 Bill. This is a great day for the Folk Alliance Australia as representing the great community who work in this diverse realm. So today, Bill, your community have the opportunity to give you our deepest thanks and love for your time, lifetime of work and wonderful achievement. And we are honoured to be announcing that you are now being given the Folk Alliance Australia Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations.
Hello. A very dangerous thing to do is to give me a microphone. Thanks, John. Oh, as I said, half an hour, 40 minutes. That's all I need. I now have a gold medal, apparently. Oh, I can't hang it around mine. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Jamie and Folk Alliance. I don't know what to say. Stuck for words. I remember the contribution of Woodford in the folk scene has been a good one. And it's been not by me, but by a lot of us. It's been a fantastic team of people. Jamie mentioned Amanda, my deputy for many, many years. She joined us as a 19-year-old at our Mullaney Folk Festival in the early years and has now taken on the role of as director of the Woodford Folk Festival as of March this year. And what's great about that is as the festival has grown, it's grown in influence. And Amanda has been chosen to sit on the board of Creative Australia, the replacement of the Australia Council, and it took a bit of lobbying, but she's there and will do a wonderful job, and we can expect changes of policy in the next few years because of Amanda. She's a tremendous woman and will be a great director of Woodford moving forward. But the challenges up there are huge. We've got proud owners of 500 acres of land temporarily owned by council that we have a buyback clause. And we're just out there raising a few funds. We need to raise $5 million. I hope you brought your checkbooks with you, did you? In the next few months. But what we did in the early days, I always felt that the folkies were holders of this treasure, the folklore, which is deeper than just the traditional music that we love. It's wider, deeper and broader than that. There's almost a spiritual level of lore. And just, I said many years ago that what we were doing at Woodford was digging deep and exploring that to see how far it would go, how wide the blanket of folk goes. These traditions of traditions of circus, street theatre was broader, and folk tradition hundreds of years old as well. It wasn't just in the traditional music, it was in the spoken word in our languages. And we studied and explored law and built a program. And it almost became an experience at Woodford was deeper than what you'd get at a normal folk festival, which I loved and where I come from. The traditional music of Celtic music is where I come from and still love it. But the movement is broader than that and wider than that. I had the wonderful privilege of going to, I was given a Smithsonian Fellow, and I went to New York State and went upriver, and I had half a day with the great Pete Seeger and his wife, Toshi. It was a wonderful experience to see this very old and humble, very humble man and what he'd been through. And he was exploring that as well. And he was challenged through his life that was ever changing. And he said that our law, our folklore, is ever changing. It's growing, it's widening, and it's deepening. And when I heard him say deepening, that was a tick in my head that said that we should look deeper at what we do. It's so powerful. Just a few months ago, Woodfordia was awarded an international prize. It was sponsored by UNESCO. It's called Jayapik. It was presented by a township in South Korea that I can never pronounce it, so I can't remember it just now, who put up the money, and UNESCO put in some funds. And I flew to South Korea because we'd won this prize that was usually went to universities or went to museums about protecting folklore. And I always questioned the notion of museums, that once folklore is in a museum, it's no longer folklore, it's sort of becomes a relic. That's unfair of museums, who also say that about themselves. Museums are fantastic places and very important. But all of a sudden we were given a prize because they saw Woodfordia in their judgment as a place where transmission and energy of young people picking up old traditions and running with it. That the music exists because it's right beside contemporary music. That's what keeps it alive. That's what keeps it going, what keeps it changing. And I heard, and I'm a great fan of the band Austral, who played earlier tonight, of that writing songs and renewing those traditions and coming forward. It's just such a fantastic, what a great band Austral are. So all of these people have been involved in this story and where it goes, the story of Woodford and where it's going. And we don't know where it's going. We live on the edge all the time. But we're playing a big game. We're out there having a go. And I'll just finish by saying thanks to a lot of people who've been contributing. Thousands have been contributed to Woodford. I sometimes think I'm the male example of the odd male who participates, because the women involved up there are something else, do a fantastic job. And speaking of women, my greatest experience was with a 19-year-old, very gorgeous, beautiful looking creature I've ever seen after our second fire event. One of the things we get into is rituals and trying to take it out of the music realm into true celebration, true rituals that we try and create. And so we started this thing called the Fire Event. Many of you here would know what I'm talking about. And at the end of the Fire Event, this 19-year-old, gorgeous English beauty, rose cheeks, perfect body, she was a sculpture. And she came into the bar at the end of the festival after the Fire Event, and she was raving to the bartender right beside where I was standing having a beer, my first beer. And she was raving about what a life-changing experience it was. So I talked to her. I said, come and join me, let's have a drink. And so we were drinking together, and I was falling in love with these beautiful eyes. And she said, what do you do? I said, I'm a member of the organisers. And then the conversation went on. And it wasn't a sexual thing, it was just admiration of this beauty, this rose-coloured English beauty. And she said to me, well, what do you do with the festival? And I said, I'm the director. And she said, no, you're not. Her eyes changed into these spears of knives. And she said, Bill Horitz is the director of this festival. And she stormed out. And I was sitting there going, what just happened? It took a while. I went to chase after her, but she'd gone. Never seen her since. And so she's gone away with this view of Bill Horitz as being this religious, long-haired, bearded, with gowns, spiritual experience she had. And what she got was an overweight, cigarette-smoking drunk, ageing a bit. It just didn't connect to her, that this person could be that person. And so it is. At the end of the day, the great thing about the folk movement, the folklore and the music we play is we are the glue, the glue that sticks our culture together. We are what's that thing between the concrete, between the bricks? The mortar. We are the mortar that holds the bricks together. What you guys do and all the effort you put into the wonderful festivals you do, that's what we're doing, and that's our contribution to this country that you all make. And I thank you all for that. Good night.
Thank you, Bill Horitz.
but that's the end of the show. I love this festival so much. No, it's cool. We'll be back next year, baby! Thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Wonderful. Okay, so the next recipient of the 2023 Lifetime Award is also our second feature artist of the night. And this award is being awarded to Kavisha Matsela. You want to do that? Go ahead. Kavisha's name has adorned the pages of major festival programs for what seems a lifetime. Born of an Anglo-Burmese mother and her Italian father, Kavisha researched her Italian musical heritage in the early 80s and so began a lifetime involvement with Italian choral music, during which she pioneered and championed non-Anglo-Celtic music in the Australian folk scene. She also developed a repertoire of beautiful original songs along the way, recording 8 solo albums, plus many other choir recording projects. In 1998, Kavisha was awarded an ARIA for the Best World Music Album, Fisherman's Daughter. In 2000, Kavisha was awarded the Italia nel Mondo Award for her work in creating Italian women's choirs in Australia. In 2011, Kavisha was awarded an Australia Day honour for her contribution to music and community. In recent years, she has formed another new choir in Perth, the delightfully named Heart Place Choir. And when she returned to Melbourne in October last year, she started a new Italo-Australian community choir in Melbourne, singing traditional Italian folk songs called Lingua Madre, Mother Tongue. And so she continues. Please welcome Kavisha Matsela.
Hello. Oh, I don't know what to say. Just thank you so much. Thank you to the Folk Alliance. Thank you to all the folk festivals, the folk family. Thank you for helping me feel that I'm not totally insane by wanting to play music. Because all I do, I'm terrible at normal jobs. I just think of music all the time, and it's so good to find one's place in the world with other insane people who share the same disease and love of music. And it's a great honour to really be part of the glue that, and also part of the love. There's a lot of fear in the world, a lot of anxiety in the world, and we can do a lot to fight against that, because our weapons are our instruments. Our weapons are our voices. And wherever there's a listener, our songs shall find a home. So thank you, everyone. You're amazing, and I feel greatly honoured to be here. And thank you to my family for putting up with me, for tearing off to gigs and things like that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, well, congratulations again, Kavisha. We'll be delighted to have you perform with us now, accompanied by one of Victoria's best, the one and only Jack Norton.
Very heavy. Oh, stamattina. Oh, are we in tune? It's good to have people like Jack to keep me on the straight and narrow. So this song has a chorus, and what is a folk event without a singable chorus? So the chorus is bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. And it's a freedom song from Italy. Originally sung by the rice weeders, the women working in the rice fields in the Po Valley, and then it was adapted for the partisans fighting the fascists in World War II. Oh, stamattina, appena alzato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Stamattina, appena alzato, ho trovato l'invaso. Oh partigiano, portami via, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Oh partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. This morning I woke, I found the invader had arrived. Oh partisan, you must carry me up to the mountains, for I feel death coming. And when I die, bury me there under the shade of a beautiful flower. And the people who come along, they will see this flower and they'll ask, what is this flower? And you'll say, it's the flower of someone who died for freedom. Seppellire la sua montagna, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Seppellire la sua montagna, sotto l'ombra d'un bel fiore. E se io muoio da partigiano, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire. E seppellire la sua montagna, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Seppellire la sua montagna, sotto l'ombra d'un bel fiore. Ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao. E queste fiore da partigiano, morto per la libertà. E queste fiore da partigiano, morto per la Well, I had lots of boyfriends, and some of you know that. In fact, someone told me that my nickname was the Liz Taylor of the folk world. Anyway, it's just that I wasn't succeeding at hanging on to them or keeping them, and they just kept going. And anyway, I suppose it's not easy being with a musician, but anyway, I was really wanted to find love, really. And then I just gave up. And it was really good because then I met my husband. So this is this is Mr. Green. Yeah. And this is a song I wrote for him, and it's called Philosophy Man. And philosophy man, he cannot fix my car. But when I'm down in the dumps, he knows just how to mend my heart. The man that I love is not very rich, but he loves to gaze at stars. Get too serious, somehow you make me laugh. Some men have sheds, they've got the lot, complete with shadow board. All of his tool shed is down second left inside our kitchen drawer. Money and markets that go up and down hold most men in thrall. We talk of the universe and the Big Bang and the mystery of it all. We met one night in a crowded cafe. We met when we weren't young. We'll never grow up to be proper grown-ups as long as we have fun. We'll never climb to the top of the ladder. We'd rather do Tai Chi, waving our hands through the air without care in our garden by the sea. So stand under the stars, gaze at the Milky Way, feel how small we are, let your troubles melt away. So stand under the stars, gaze at the Milky Way, feel how small we are, let your troubles melt away, let your troubles all melt away. Thank you. So, yeah, this is a chorus song, and it goes like this. Sing for no one, sing for everyone, sing for we are servants of the song, sing for being together, never mind the weather, sing for no one, sing for everyone. And it comes from a gypsy saying that says, sing for no one, sing for everyone, which means live from your heart, whether you've got an audience or not. And boy, that's really important for musicians. Before we were born, song was there. Pulled us from the womb, for us she cared. I whispered in our real life's mystery, and when we die, she surely will be there. The song says, oh please use me, you're my voice, you're my hands, fashion me into a melody that tells a human story, its misery and glory. Don't be silent, that would be a tragedy. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Sing for we are servants of the song. Sing for being together, oh, never mind the weather. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Let's do that again, here we go. Sing for no one, sing for everyone, sing for everyone. Sing for we are servants of the song. Sing for we are servants of the song. Yeah, sing for being together. Sing for being together. Never mind the weather, never mind the weather. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Our instruments are the weapons of our choice to disarm oppression with our voice. Though we make an orphan's choir, we set our hearts on fire, and angels weep as we do rejoice. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Sing for we are servants of the song. Sing for being together, oh, never mind the weather. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Sing for me, Dad. We cry because there's evil in this world. Watch the oyster as her art unfurls. Why not turn your sorrow into a song tomorrow, and let your tears become a string of pearls? Alright, let's sing it. Sing for now, sing for everyone. Sing for we are servants of the song. Sing for being together, oh, never mind the weather. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Let's do that again. Sing for no the song. Sing for being together, never mind the weather. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Sing for no one, sing for everyone. Sing for no one, sing for everyone.
What a beautiful set. Let's hear it one more time for Kavisha and Jack. Woo, thank you so much. Okay. So we've come to the final award of the evening, and this is Australian Folk Music Awards People's Choice. And there are 18 nominees for this award, with the winner being determined by public vote. And the total number of public votes cast was 3,867. So the People's Choice finalists for 2023 are Alice Cotton from NT, Charlotte Lelièvre from Victoria, Graham the Scotsman, Great Aunt, Haystack Mountain Hermits, Isabel Caldwell, Joyce Pressure, Little Wise, Lucy Wise, Oceanique, Ryan Martin John, Sarah and Silas, the Borderers, the Humbucking Pickups, the Royal High Jinks, the Spooky Men's Chorale, the Weeping Willows, and Tuck Shop Ladies.
In third place, in the People's Choice Awards, Truck Shop Ladies. In second place, the Humbucking Pickups. And the overwhelming winner, the Spooky Men's Chorale. So, the Spooky Men's Chorale is a vast, rumbling, steam-powered, black-clad behemoth based on the two pillars of grand foolishness and the quest for the perfect subwoofer rattling doof chord. The Spooky Men seek to commentate on the absurdity and wonder of the modern male, armed only with their voices, a sly collection of hats and facial hair, and a twinkle in the eye. Beloved by Australian audiences for their pin-drop beautiful vocal blend and their humour, both gently self-deprecating and absurd, they're also known for courageously addressing burning community issues using principles of non-violent action, generally by teaching people to sing out powerfully about the issues and cramming into public spaces to do so. Formed in the Blue Mountains in New South Wales of 2001 by Christchurch-born spookmeister Stephen Taberner, the Spooky Men are widely known for digging deeply into their multifarious themes: Gregorian male polyphony, a running joke on man as a vast, oblivious, useless object, whispers of clown, buffoon, and Monty Python, and forays into massively pleasurable grunting tribalism. Audiences are invited to first joyously endure a wall of man sound, then laugh stupidly, then venture into areas of great tenderness. They've taken their pointless grandeur to major festivals in Australia, the UK, and Europe. They've performed more than 800 shows and recorded 7 albums. The Spooky Men's Chorale have been awarded the People's Choice Award for many reasons: for their polished standard of musicianship and advocacy of singing as a proper outlet of expression as a man, for their engagement with young singers and community singers, for their advocacy of the joyful and essential nature of singing, for their insistence on real connection with songs and issues that matter. They are truly loved. To accept the award, please welcome from the Spooky Men's Chorale, Callum Merritt and Warwick Bissett.
This is surprising. The Spooky Men have always strived for adequate mediocrity, rather than stardom and excellence. But
yeah, I mean, on behalf of all the Spooky Men, first of all, we'd like to thank Stephen Taberner. If we could all just. Yeah, absolutely.
we are but his instrument.
Yeah, his his prop. And so tonight, representing the three different sections of the Spooky Men, we have myself representing the tops, we have Warwick representing the mids, and Coral Reid representing the basses.
We want to thank Folk Alliance Australia for all that you do, and all of the lovely people that voted for us, and all of the lovely festivals that supported us.
That's right. Roy Bailey, absolutely, Roy Bailey.
Oh,
Roy
yeah.
Bailey.
And and the whole of the country of Georgia, especially the Caucasus Mountains.
Yep. We'd like to thank our merch team.
Coral.
Mostly Coral. Our tour organisers and general wranglers and handlers. Jim's Mowing.
And because a lot of the Spooky Men aren't here, they've been sending in their own thank yous. So I think I've got a few here. So let's see, our long-suffering, significant others who manage without us while we pursue this folly. In fact, my other half is feeding wombats at the moment.
We want to thank Graham's mum.
Graham's mum.
Yeah, Graham's mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tame Lane the Magnificent.
That's right. Henry Tennant of 4 Wilbury Lane, Stoke Mandeville, SD7 5NQ.
The cheese industry. Cheese.
Whoever invented notes.
You've got many more?
That nice Danish lady who brought us warm pastries at Soundcheck.
Yeah, and Robin would like to thank his mum. And he would also not so much thank the cheese industry as say that he is a wee bit peckish and some cheese would be jolly good right now. Thank you very much.
Graham's auntie as well.
Oh, yeah. And Dave has requested that Robin get on with it because he also has quite a list. Graham's... Can I keep going?
Perhaps just a general thank everyone in the world, and then... because
yeah.
we've got a video to watch.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone in the world.
Thank you
Yeah,
to the
thanks,
known
everyone.
universe.
How many people have come here with someone that they quite like? Would it be awkward to say that you love them?
Help me up. You're all right there, John. I'm fine. Nothing. No stress. I think we're finished. Are we finished? Oh, below the belt, sunshine. Folk Alliance Australia would like to thank all of our members who keep this ship afloat. And tonight especially, the Brunswick Ballroom in particular, Will Ewing, Mary Heliakos, Stive and all the staff, you've done us proud. For cameras and streaming, the wonderful Will Pets
and the students of ColArts, God bless them, they've been wonderful. And last, our wonderful presenters, Fiona Ross and Derek Gale. They do a fantastic job. And finally, to all the finalists and winners, many of whom have travelled many miles to be here, thank you very much tonight for coming, and more to you lot who come and support us. Thank you so much. You can talk.
Just kind of, who's that? Oh, come on, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.